Knife if you have a bad game.
You're punishing yourself. The aesthetics, they don't exist. So we have Eternal Fire for defense. NaVi on the attack, and well, the util count. Let's have a look. NaVi, 2 smokes, a bunch of flashes, a P250 for Emma. And this one quite direct over towards the B bomb site. Wakadi tucking in, playing anti. Woxic to take contact, and Magic to release that grenade any moment.
Woxic. Scrutiny early, and just like that, 3 frags are on the plate. They take all 3. NaVi have opened up this pistol round incredibly convincingly.
Yeah, that seemed too easy, didn't it? Just a smoke over towards short, one towards the market window, a couple of flashes, and in you go. Even with that 3-man stack from Eternal Fire, Zantara is still going to have a look.
No shame in having a look. However, everything is covered off. And just getting away with your Kevlar intact is something, especially considering, as we know and learn from yourself and Alexi, they do like a second round buy. He gets himself an extra 300 bucks.
Well, for NaVi, this might seem like the toughest round, right? That was their undoing over there on Nuke. The fact that Eternal Fire with a saved Galil, a repurchased MP9, and a couple of light pistol upgrades. Rebel to 8 magic happen.
Terrorists win. Let's go. We're gonna start default now. Use it. You need to check A.
Ooh, I was interested.
Oh, every time. I just, you know?
Like it's funny because we just both shut up as soon as we're allowed to listen.
All I want to do is listen to the players. Any insight we get to the comms, and also like the smack talk with Nerds before going up against Vitality, that was great. And I'd love to hear these little tidbits. As long as it's not nice, as long as we get, you know, a little bit
more than nice
else. But we're going to start default.
And Zantara is going to get himself a FAMAS by virtue of the save Kev.
So window smoke, top cat smoke. Flashes over mid. They're going to get wonderful out to the top mid box. As Alexi with a boatload of util as Madja mounts up and takes some B space. Bit tough moving.
He's getting pushed. That is a free frag delivered to him. He takes down Madja's forward position, and he can also report back that he had a buy. MP9 taken out of the equation early.
All right, well, starting with this default, the gap has been created as Alexi's called them back into what is looking like a B finish. The timing is everything, as that's also allowed Eternal Fire to rotate over as well. They'll have 3 players over towards B to defend. They'll have the flank of Woxic, and he might even catch Alexi.
You've smoked them off.
Perfectly delayed.
It allows you to play a forward position.
Do they reroute?
You've got time. Woxic's even flanking this mid player. They're going to wait out the smoke. And oh wait, if Emma searches A...
But then Woxic can still cause chaos.
Yeah, if you try and pivot back. Woxic's chance now. He needs to strike. He's got Alexi B in his sights. Getting away from him now. Oh, and a jumping Alexi. Still controls the spray, but allows Emma to trade. And Zantara's FAMAS, worse for wear. Calix boosted on the box. Needs a queen head shot. Does take the first. And the second, asking too much of him. NaVi, they've gotten past one of the scariest rounds of the game.
Yeah, still very shaky and scary. I think Alexi got that kill from short up onto the balcony, right? That was at range with the Mac-10. Madja falling early, causing issues for Eternal Fire. Likely just to see them go for a couple of pistol upgrades, and that's exactly what's on the agenda. So NaVi, maybe just another default approach. Understandably so. This time you will be up against purely pistols. A bit braver out mid this time. No scout to worry about. No util coming your way, and JL deals with the apartments lead. Woxic goes looking again. Last round pushed A ramp, this round through apartments. This round nothing to his name. Lost bonus of 2,900 into the next means that we should see the Woxic AWP Grace House screens for the first gun round. But again, just avoid the casualties, Alex, if you're NaVi. Make sure that you don't have to rebuy everything next. You can carry these Galils through. Make sure you don't lose that Emma AK. And an A execute.
That seems to be the plan. Nothing for Eternal Fire to stop this impending A assault.
Just got in contact.
Does mean Calix will have an opportunity, but you missed that first Eagle bullet, and well, you can see what happens from behind now. Bit comes out from the underpass. Kept humble, but they'll happily sacrifice a single Mac-10 if they can hold on to their rifles. Zimmer's lost his AK, and those nades will ensure it's retrieved. Ooh, will it be retrieved? There we go. Yeah, Wonderful did grab it, got worried for a second in the flames, but there we have 3-0 start for NaVi.
bit could drop right now in AWP for Wonderful if that's how Alexi wants to operate forward. So it's going to be key to see what the call is. Dropping some guns across. It looks like it will just be very rifle-centric for NaVi, whereas Woxic, as mentioned, will have his AWP. 2 quick smokes out of spawn. Window and Cat again. So just the combo to help them get this top mid control. Woxic lines it up, lobs it out, and will deny the top box control for now.
That nade had his name on it, but he gets away relatively unscathed, still susceptible now to those M4 bullets to the head.
Felt like he saw it coming for ages, didn't it? Brave from Wakadia. He's still just jiggling out mid, so seeing that NaVi haven't actually grabbed any control. So if they think their opening gambit has brought some respect, it definitely hasn't.
Yeah, they're looking for answers all over the shop.
Yeah, and well, the bomb currently back over towards A on Wonderful. Well, the push is still going. How far do you go, Zantares? If you tuck into this corner, you can hear steps through T-spawn. He definitely heard that.
Yeah, man. Surely not anticipating. Yeah, this angle completely caught unawares. So a massive find from Zantares.
I feel like you're in a box right now if you're NaVi.
And you're going to start feeling like you have to go forward. Going back, no longer an option. Woxic set for success, and he nails his shot onto Bit. He will go down. Wonderful fighting back. Calix. Around this smoke, he dropped for survival. Use it to delay, and yeah, there's a lot of other bullets coming down towards NaVi. A lovely find from Eternal Fire, striking in unison on that A commit.
Yeah, beautiful. Just calling the bluff on the mid control, taking the space back, getting the early information, and continuing to push with it. Zantares, this is the opener. Heard that step of Imma, a little bit clumsy. Not expecting anybody to push that far up, and you can understand. Retain the AWP for Woxic. See his shot and then traded. And the earlier damage that they've done, it's had ramifications against NaVi. They have been able to get out something resembling a buy. There is a Deagle in the mix for Imma. The rest have rifles. Will they be stunted here? That was a gap for Woxic to work with for a moment.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of teams exploiting that gap, pre-aiming it. They're aware that the default smoke does leave one towards that side. Top left of window. Zantares, he is just going to keep jiggling it out, checking no crawls through the underpass.
They have to know it's possible someone crossed.
Yeah, Bacardi's just counting on being able to get the info safely. Now, more nades could have Alexi B's name on it. They resmoke window. Still got 60 seconds. You've parked Bit in B apps. You've moved JL away from A. And Bacardia, actually gets awkward for him. He has to back away. With him finding that frag onto Woxic. Gets a bit scary for Wicardia. Wonderful, nails his shot, and just like that, the whole defense collapses. Bit even winning his duel on the Bianca, so we can call this 1-4.
That happened very quickly, and it felt like Eternal Fire must have known that mid was somewhat susceptible, especially off the jiggle. Calix finds Imma, sure, but it should be the save. Already on the hunt is JL. Fire smoke for now, and just as it fades, Zantares. It's a ding for his troubles, but does get the kill. And NaVi responds, so it was slightly compromised, but it was the biggest of Imma's Deagle that was the one that opened up the round onto the AWP of Woxic as well. That must have been quite the shot.
Yeah, we might get to see that one in the replay. It seemed like unbelievable initially. When you saw it on the X-ray that this Deagle was going to try and fight his way out of underpass, it didn't look like it favoured Imma. The fact he's pulled one off, and it does lead to that house of cards just tumbling down. Calix, he holds on. He's done a lot there on the exit. Might even manage to recover that AWP.
Where'd it go?
It's lost.
Got blown away by the bomb. Oh, that's terrible timing.
That's going to be costly. I don't think they can afford one.
Are they? Oh, Zantares.
It was a banger.
Not bad at all. Steps into that. Removes the big green. And they have been able to facilitate one to the hands of Woxic. Zantares had enough money to do so, but he's very light on with the util. Yeah, so he only has a smoke. All right, Eternal Fire, you're 3 rounds in the hole right now. You essentially get a free crack here at Mirage. It was Anubis we were discussing as the third and final of this series. NaVi were on a 5-map winning streak on it yesterday.
Maybe they've addressed some of the shortcomings overnight.
That B bomb site felt somewhat weak.
Yeah, well, I think multiple teams have been struggling with that B site. The threat of this kind of moving accuracy on the sidearms and the ease of which you can just kind of creep bodies into that B site. We'll talk about it more when we get there. Because right now we are into Mirage, and it does look like a good old-fashioned exec. Torres tries to destabilize them early with some bullets down range, puts bit low on notice. JL needed to win that duel. Katowice is looking sharp today. And combined with Bacardia, they've managed to make it a 4 versus 3. Hits another dink. Wonderful, operating on just 16. Sure, it's a 3-on-3. Would have loved some lethality, would have loved a plant. Alexi B, those smokes are up, now is his chance. But worried about a potential push. He's got Emma housekeeping that. Doubling up on CT, they don't have that space either. Still no plant. Gives it a go. Spam comes through from multiple fronts, but does manage to get the code punched on the reload. Matches a dead man. Good awareness from Emma. Coming in, that double CT hold. They know it's a bit of a dark spot for them. They don't have that control. Pre-aiming is Alexi. Good shot first on the Galil. And now maintaining that AWP becomes Zintare's priority as this gap, this hole, as you described it, gets bigger.
I'd lose this as well. Emma's already starting to cut him off at the pass. We can see it with X-Ray already tracking, looking through the murder hold to see if Zintare's wanted to creep back, and he did. Emma, a very impactful round there. To get 3 in total to his name.
Back to back.
Yeah, beautiful stuff. I think the fact that he pushed through the smoke, hearing all those bullets being unloaded from Majid there, just hoping he could deny the plant, essentially gave up his life by doing so. So great work, because the opening exchanges did fall in the favor of Eternal Fire. Both Katowice and Bacardia won their initial fights, but then isolated. The smokes, the execute, it was doing the job it was destined for. 10 for Alexi. They're likely up against the pistols here. 4 Deagles and a 5-7 for Woxic. They've gone for full mid-control.
Oh, Bacardia, he had an idea. Just mistimed it a little.
I think this is where you're essentially allowing your players to play.
It's like a free day. Oh, and he's having fun with his free time. Takes down JL on the D. Wow, Imez just tapping away. Wasn't expecting Madger. A little late to react onto that one. Knows he's trapped towards the site. Pressure applied by Imez. This is another round which we can start giving him credit for. He's even nearly taken down Zintare's as well towards the kitchen. The bomb there in no hurry. They're taking the space. They're nading on the face. Zintare's gone.
Yeah, looking very confident. And that's one of the things that I feel has been lacking from him in some of these maps. And maybe that's because the utility that's meant to be thrown to be able to facilitate the fights for him hasn't quite been there. But it is a bit of an eco bash. You'll still take him. And necessary shots, especially after Bacardia opened up the account with a nice deagle shot of his own.
Yeah, and not falling into that trap of kind of playing scared upon the early disadvantage.
We talk about like dictating the tone as Woxic just looks away and back again. They're going to thrust into him. They're actually going to molly. It'll be quite interesting now because they've taken a decent amount of damage and they need to get away from this bomb.
Molly's working against them. Ooh! Should be fine. Got a bit stressful for them for a minute.
But we talk about confidence and we talk about a team like dictating the tone of a game.
Right.
These things need to go hand in hand, but you need to be looking for fights that you want to take, right? And that's especially so when you have an AWPer, right? If your AWPer is like, I've got this spawn, I want to go for this duel, and you can set them up to do so, and then they find that opening, that's great. The whole game plan obviously can't be based around that, but if you're an in-game leader and your AWPer is taking initiative, that's really good. Same with the riflers, your space takers, they want to send them in, and then otherwise you can just use them like chess pieces and hope that you can play with the Is it just me that keeps sounding?
No, that happens to me too.
Okay.
I just assume that no one else can hear it, so I don't want to sound crazy.
All right, it must be the network though, because the whole thing dies.
Yeah, it's bizarre. We just kind of can't hear each other for a minute.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't happening until they moved the setup downstairs, was it?
It was. It was for me.
You see, they fixed your monitor.
Yeah, it's looking
You know what
great.
they used? They took the duct tape off and they used some cable ties.
It's quite the contraption, actually.
Yeah, it's a mutant.
It works. And we are... Oh, they've hit the panic button, Chad.
Yes. They got a little bit stressed on Nuke with the double ops as well, didn't they? Madja. Only 1 kill to his name.
That's Zintare's, though, just charging up mid. Sometimes he just takes these rounds into his own hands, had the spawn, takes initiative, and takes the head off of Alexi B. However, this Ime push... Oh, catches Zintare's completely unawares. He's got confidence back. He's making his moves, and he hasn't stopped. He's continued to push, trying to force the issue. Calyx jump spotting. Madja onto JL. The AWP now revealed. A lot of pressure applied. He's got 3 players looking his way, and it's just Madja here. If Wonderful can find him, oh, the opportunity. That would have been round-defining. Instead, though, a missed shot.
If Bit could get, well, if Bit had the bomb, they could have tried to apply some pressure towards B. Now it's going to be a much tougher task. Emma can hear a lot of footsteps and rotations from this position if Eternal Fire allowed about it. But Ricardia knows this is a possibility. It's all going to come down to the timing of when Emma wants to initiate.
Wicardia silent. If he makes a sound cue, he's a dead man. And yeah, perfect. Well managed from Wicardia.
And now rotating over towards B, so they're ahead of this 40 seconds. NaVi have to go for the finish. And Madja is going to hit one with a flick of the wrist.
Yeah, rolling back the years. Madja the sniper.
And Wonderful the saver. 28 seconds, wants to hold on to his investment. Quite stop-start this half, right? The fights happen, we pause for a moment, some space taken. Another flurry of kills. And Eternal Fire will be getting their second on the board through the double orbs. But that will be known by Alexi, right? He'll know, okay, they have a double orb set up. Do we want to try something a little bit faster, more poppy? But we've retained an AWP, so maybe we don't want to go in that fashion right now. Do we want to send Wonderful out to try and find a pick, heads up against Woxic or the likes of Madja? Well, they will have enough money to get themselves a buy. That won't be a problem.
I guess you would feel quite motivated if you're Wonderful that you could probably beat Madja in a head-to-head if you do manage to find it.
Yeah, precisely. So, you know, we don't see too many head-to-head AWP duels, but this is one that you should feel quite confident to take. Madja with 2 big kills in this round.
Yeah, maybe not if he keeps hitting shots like that, but that's a big one for Eternal Fire. Trying to stabilize in this half, and a convincing one with 4 bodies still up. Let's see what the go is.
No insta window. The smoke coming out of spawn late, so it's like time delay on this one.
Torres is just going again. The amount of space, he's already across. Oh, Wonderful's got a whiff. He already knows. And that should be communicated to NaVi. They can work around that as Wonderful. Interested in the duel, takes down Xantares. That's an opening from NaVi's AWP.
Oh, look at the rotation. Just everyone's heading straight to A. Straight to A.
Yeah, and you can see JL even has the bomb in that direction right now. So this could be quite a gamble, quite an effective one if Imet doesn't cause chaos. With once again another Imet push past the line of sight. All these backs are turned. Wicardia not actively searching for jungle. Now Calyx taking fights towards the ramp. JL will win his duel. Madja distracted. Wonderful. Hits it. Nails it. All the way from Catwalk. They're not going to let you go unchecked there, Wicardia. He hoped and prayed they'd be peeking him unawares, and instead it's going to be 5 alive for NaVi.
Oh, he wasn't going to get away. Wonderful's here. Catch him on the cross. Wonderful removes everything from Eternal Fire. Clean sweep and frustrations. This one is getting away from them quite quickly. Being absolutely outclassed on Mirage so far. A great T-half from NaVi. And Xantares, sure he was able to get to the top mid-box, but the fact that Wonderful had caught him heading to that position, it was a fight that he was more than willing to take. Great impact from Wonderful with 3 kills in this round. 2 important ones, and the third removes that AWP threat. Or at least we thought, as Eternal Fire have enough for another buy.
Ooh.
Peppered.
Yeah. A well-managed spray puts Alexi on notice. 50 HP for him to work with. Wow, he does this. He did the same back, I was going to say, but it's Xantares that will use that HE as a bit of a cue to put a couple more down range. Finishes him off.
Well, with the number advantage, you have to confirm this one. Eternal Fire rounds are hard to come by.
Yeah, this is a really solid opportunity gifted to you by Xantares. Re-smoke window from Imet. Wicardia is currently like maneuvering back towards kitchen, I suppose, ready to react if Xantares hears or sees too much.
They're allowing the window boost, so I'm going to be cautious of that. Not playing for info at the moment either, so Emma has a chance, and Xantares steps out. A great round from Xantares.
You might even have another one. As I say that, he actually looks away. I think he was just trying to make sure he was on the right angle, but timing favors a bit on this one. So it was a 3v5, and it's Woxic this time on B. Wonderful did go looking, went searching. Bit next victim. It's Ricardia on the rotate and just JL up the ramp. He knows he's in trouble. However, with 2, make it 3! Quick kills out of JL. He has miraculously made this round doable. The smoke's perfect as well, but the bomb is not with him. 20 seconds. Woxic in the duel.
Knows where he was.
An impossible clutch for JL. Maybe he can get away, maybe he can get to B, or instead, he went straight into the orb. So close to beautiful. And yeah, that really got a little too scary. A timeout just to think about that.
And Woxic closing the round. We saw him against FaZe yesterday, struggling to close out the clutches. This time a very important one to do so. It's a great job from Woxic here because XANTARES felt like he did an awful lot of work. This is the kill that Woxic was able to make, just transitioning. Wonderful wasn't ready for that type of a peak with this JL triple. What a beautiful sequence. Couldn't make good. The time was a problem.
Ooh.
And yeah, XANTARES could probably cool those frustrations down. They've taken 30 seconds to do so. A tactical timeout still, because even though they won the rounds, the finances are still looking somewhat bleak for the Turkish side.
Yeah, I mean, that JL round, I mean, it's going to feel bad, but it could lead to a little bit of an easier time here in this round. As you highlighted, it's not fantastic. No one wants to be whipping out a FAMAS in round 11 of the game.
No, and this is the thing. It's not a fight. They obviously have to shove all in and get the best they can, but already feeling, you know, outmaneuvered across the map. It's very pitter-pattery, isn't it? It's like a dripping tap at the moment with the way these fights are coming in. There's no big explosions.
Yeah, and a significant lack of utility.
3B.
Oh, with XANTARES thinks better of sticking around. Woxic, active. Already holding a powerful line in the B apartments. Frees up the riflers to work their magic elsewhere. Jumped across. Woxic will report. Ricardia could be the first man tested in this round. It's not an easy duel. He actually tried to turn the nade. Still gets 1. I think that's admirable, considering 3 were coming for him. XANTARES, some audio cues and a rotation required. Maja slips to B, ahead of the push. Wonderful boosted up. There is that Woxic orb you've got to get past. Bit just parks the bus in the apartments, Alexi B. He's actually maneuvering the bomb elsewhere.
It's not really a gap, is it? Not with XANTARES.
Okay, the game plan's been made, but this is XANTARES' angle. It's not a problem. Not a problem at all. That's just his 3rd frag, Chad, but it's taken down the star of the Eternal Fire show.
Well, they know Calix has to be towards A somewhere. He's gone looking. He's completely pushed the ramp.
Oh, JL power position. And he's going to get brought down by Maja. It was just the legs exposed. Now it is a 3-on-3, and they're not sure where Calix is. He could be planting now. Little do they know. He's in transition. We was pushed up ramp, now maneuvering for Palace for the retake. Bit tucked in. Woxic working jungle. Head-to-head duel coming in thick and fast. Woxic, if he doesn't find this one, yeah, it looks like 8 is secure. Maja's just got to try and hold on to the orb. And it's not happening with Bit actively hunting. An 8th round for NaVi. And the ramifications of so many deaths combined now with a NaVi round, this 12th, it's bleak. Running away from Eternal Fire, that dream of a 2-0, looking more distant than ever.
Yeah, and it felt like XANTARES was on a great position to be able to secure that kill onto Alexi, which looked like a freebie. Obviously, X-Ray makes it look one way. There was that Ricardia turn of the nade, still did good to get 1. Maybe even had the double up, and Alexi just pipping XANTARES at the post right there, and even aware that Calix had to be aggressive A somewhere. It's a great job from the in-game leader. As Eternal Fire, they purchase everything in the kitchen sink for this final round.
It's all right, I can see Eternal Fire's by. I know how this ends.
Another round. Let's make it 4, shall we?
Let's make it 4. Last round of this half. And look at what XANTARES is up to. He's got himself an AK, he's got himself a kill, and Calix has got 2 with the FAMAS. Of course, he even dings Bit. 9 HP on him. A cobbled together by. Trying to recover the half. And yeah, XANTARES actually does get caught.
Unnecessary. He didn't need to do that. They have a big number advantage. He's pushing to try and finish the round right there. Could have just stayed alive.
Now the mind games begin. Bit's not moving a muscle. He's going to chill and hope that perhaps he's overlooked.
Well, Maja has a nade. If at any point he wants to whack it in, that'll be the end of Bit.
Okay, that does make things difficult for Bit. And Wonderful is heading towards A for now. Probably just letting him play, right? Just let him look around, work it out. Try and get a good idea of the setup.
Powerful smoke. Is Magic going to fight on his own? You'd hope not.
Now they know there's one CT from that smoke trajectory. Prioritizing the plant with that smoke still up. The nade we discussed. It's not going to do much, but that is wonderful. Finds the CT player. He knows the bullets were coming from Connector. One's already pushed through, though, towards the jungle side. Bomb retrieved. 20 seconds. Worried about everything. Up on the stairs, not an easy shot, but that's Woxic pushing in. He's been spotted out. Wonderful's movement managed well. Managing his angles, sure, but 10 seconds for him to find that frag. It's Woxic to close, and Eternal Fire making it work with the little guns. 4 is all they have as NaVi look to take us the distance.
I think the op is... Oh, I don't know about the op in this position.
Snappy's in. This is why he's got it.
Oh, it's just a scout.
Boros, he's going to get the headshot. Snappy just tearing through for control of the site, causing pandemonium. It's Bedlam and B. Elige in E-box flashed out of his angle. Molotov, smoke. Huge gap on that, though.
Massive.
Nothing he can do to stop the plant unless he takes the risk of running out. He'll do so. Quick kill to Magisk. Nice dink on Madden.
What?
No scope through the wall from Halzerg.
Okay.
And we're into the 2v2 here. Temple and Long is what they'll have to play with. But the flank from Sunpius.
Ooh, dirty.
That should very well end it. The scout is desperate. Oh, he didn't pull the trigger. Now he's tagged down low. 2 kills for Halzerg trying to hang on to the bomb site. He did his damnedest as his teammates fell all around him. He's going to elicit the push out, but the Glock's enough to end him. 7-1. Snappy just running through that site, dodging bullets.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man. I mean, that was just basically an anti-force here for Falcons. Great execution overall. Yeah, all the trades come into place. That Halzerg shot was pretty crazy. Just trying to collect the icons. Essentially, is there anywhere back into this game at all for Complexity? I think so, but it's, you know, we're into requiring the pistol, maybe even requiring an eco round to be won. Let's see if they can do it. They got a good stack.
Nice.
Oh, they got a great stack.
You know, we saw Falcons die to something like that from Rebels yesterday.
Wow, 4 in the kill feed at once. Finally an answer back. That's right.
The exact same
The Rebels.
position. Although Rebels had Flay on an op, this is even less for Complexity. You said, is there a way back in? This will help.
Yeah.
It's not enough, but it helps. Would require a Madden.
So we venture forth into the second half of our second map. Nuke went well for Eternal Fire, finding it in the last round of regulation. And now we find ourselves here on NaVi's pick. And it looks like NaVi's pick, at least the scoreline indicates, as NaVi are comfortable. 8 rounds on their first half of play. Fewer unforced errors, at least for NaVi. And Eternal Fire, yeah, it looks like Anubis might be where they have to battle for survival.
Yeah, somewhat disjointed of a CT half from Eternal Fire. The stakes are there. The importance of this match, elimination on the line, survival in this lower bracket to try and contest tomorrow for the final spot from this group to get yourself a place in the Spodek. But the excitement hasn't lived up to this matchup just yet. Now, if we do go the distance, we do go to the third, it'll happen one way or another. Haven't had any crazy plays, been too many out-of-the-box clutches, and it has had somewhat of a slower pace about it.
This is interesting. So they plan to have Calyx throw 2 smokes from the same position.
Imagine the feeder before it was the thrower.
He doesn't have to throw him this time. What a luxury. A little bit delayed on the second, but the smokes will fly in all the same. Wicardia spotted out mid-side. Readies himself for that first tap. And wow, he goes ahead of the play. It's IEM using those dual Berettas, just spamming his mouse as fast as he could. It leads to a double kill. That's nice from Woxic, tracking Alexi in the back of the head. Not always easy, but it's a 2 versus 4 all the same. A P250 for Woxic. It's a, oh, excuse me, for Zantares. It's a good weapon for the job.
About to be 4 from 4 from pistols, a NaVi.
Yeah, it certainly seems like a guarantee at this point. No doubt in my mind, IEM's going to mow down Woxic. Just like that. Actually, hold on. Woxic at least aware for the potential. IEM just standing on the bomb saying, come and get it. You've got 20 seconds, and they're just begging for a frag. No one giving them anything. And now, with the time so close to elapsing, Zantares just walks down the ladder. IEM can't believe it. He's like, someone holding it? No, clearly not. Doesn't seem to matter. 9 in the bank.
You got 2 teammates CT and somebody slips out Palace down the ladder and almost shoots me in the back. Boys,
I would be sassing them.
you gave me the jewelies. You were setting me up for success. And success is what IEM found. So he sees the nades coming out, steps ahead, just starts to unload. That stalls out the assault with the bomb. A beautiful shot there from JL.
And is this where CS2 is at in that sense? In like, that is the best play for IEM. Instead of hiding in the corner and kind of catching them as the contact's found, is it better to just be ahead of the play? Be the one to swing?
It looks like, you know, with that setup, if Bit starts baiting, they focus on him and they run out Tetris and then he pops them up. But I guess, to the fight.
If it's working, here we go. Second round force. It could be quick and poppy, and it's already Bit. Onto Zantares. Wicardia into the site. He's strong in these rounds. And it's looking okay. The damage is inflicted, but unfortunately, the rifles at long range have worked. Wonderful finds Calyx. It's Wicardia next on the naughty list, and long range MP9 Alexi finishes it off and secures the 10th.
Yeah, IEM just completely blind. He lost complete control of where they were coming from. He was spamming the sky. It was JL's impact through that connector smoke. As this one, I think it's going one direction and one direction fast.
I can't name a single One Direction song. Go on. That's What Makes You Beautiful. Is that them? That's what makes you beautiful.
It could be.
That's one.
I remember, was it Zayn left a few years ago?
Oh,
Probably a decade ago now.
Yeah. Yeah, we're so out of touch.
Was it Niall, Neil?
You're doing well. That's 2 of the
Liam.
4.
And then the one that they all like.
Oh, Watermelon Man.
Yeah.
Harry.
Okay, we named them all.
We did it. Okay, see, we're down with the kids, who are all grown adults now, of course.
Well, and that is the modern equivalent of the Spice Girls.
Fair enough.
Shout out to the 30 to 40-year-olds understanding that reference. It's good to have you with us.
I had their cassette tape growing up, and Steps, of course.
They've gone for this Zantares Hero AK again. We saw this work wonders on Nuke. He ripped Bit's head off.
Yeah, the Wicardia Tech 9 is truly terrifying. It'd be Alexi B that could feel its wrath. That's not how you say that word, but I did anyway. And the bomb is postured out B, so there is a very clear plan here. Madge is just holding any potential aggressions. Zantares allowed to work.
I guess the issue is nobody's really worrying about underpass. It was both JL and Wonderful looking top mid. IEM's now had a glance.
Could be misinfo. This could be the window of opportunity for Zantares to kick up a fuss, and he has. Finds the first immediate adjustment of his crosshair, anticipating the window.
Company.
Lexi's hearing this, but Wicardia unaware. It's nice find, takes away the threat. With support of JL, it's not going to be easy to leave the apartments. He's missed his spray though, and so Alexi B's the one that has to step up. Calyx's dig, solid, finds Wonderful on rotation, but it's JL and Alexi B holding on for what they can. Good work from Woxic, but unable to find the round. It was a 1 versus 2 as it closes in for an 11th.
Still gets dicey.
Every time, they're threatening.
Really can make rounds out of this, can't they? A turn of fire.
Coach has got head in hands after this. I think he really wanted the 2-0. And I will remind you that perhaps the intrusive thoughts come for Eternal Fire after your drop of the ball in the third map of your series yesterday. You felt like maybe the 2-0 would have been well, a whole lot more efficient.
Well, the mental step required as well, right? Some of these players on NaVi, well, especially the likes of Alexi.
Calyx bought no nades. Does that mean he's planning on doing something crazy fast? Just being a blunt object?
Does look like they are setting up for a B execute, but the bomb has been left behind on Woxic. So are they just going to send him in for a look? Are they just trying to challenge Alexi as the B anchor? That appears to be the case. Alexi using the bumper.
100% accurate on
nice
that?
little look in.
It's a good ang.
Isn't it just?
I heard the players talking about how it's a lot easier to do this jump nowadays. Not taking anything away from Alexi. I still can't do it. Calyx does catch a bit of a dink. That's going to probably cancel his plans. At least Alexi's going to be cycling that information that B was under threat. Tara's trying to work through mid with smokes are up. Ricardia swallows that nade from Alexi B.
Essentially 3 players on B. JL short. Alexi gravitating over to get this boost. Zentaros could change the round.
Oh, most definitely. The jump up. He can't adjust in time. It's Alexi B. Wins out on the duel. Now Wonderful's position is rewarded as the AWP just racks up the frags. One back. Woxic down. JL rotates through and just so many bodies there. That's why they're shaking their head. 3B. 12-4. Map 3. Imminent. And NaVi making Mirage look like their home turf after all.
Well, this is more like NaVi. This is what you'd be hoping to see, and it's been a good, strong performance from IEM throughout. I think Eternal Fire didn't do themselves any favors with some of their CT setups looking somewhat disjointed. But NaVi showing why they picked Mirage. And then going into Anubis, I'm sure they would have been comfortable with that map pick. Now, Eternal Fire, their win-loss record on, I think yesterday was 19%, but those results were all from 2023, and we're in the new year. We're already in February, so they've had a whole month to work on it, and, well, surprise, they showed that they can have decent form on it.
Good old-fashioned A execution. All 5 members of Eternal Fire looking to flood into this A site. Smokes in the sky. Frag in the feed. Maja draws first blood. Ricardia versus IEM, the next duel on the docket. It's Calyx. First bullet out of the AK. NaVi needs something from Wonderful on the CT position. Alexi B joins him. It's JL actually catching Ricardia. He wanted to take jungle control, and it's cost them the advantage. They've lost it. It's foregone. And JL versus Woxic, they both take a heavy beating through the smoke spam. Not a comfortable retake whatsoever. Alexi B knows Woxic's trapped towards the Tetris boxes. Spots a glimpse of him on the jiggle. Zatara smoked off for now, but it's still Calyx and Woxic hitting their shots. A good, must have been one hell of a headshot onto Wonderful, seeing it from that POV. So they survived the night. A whole lot more required.
Yeah, this feels temporary though, doesn't it? Just with how commanding NaVi have been in this map, but it feels like Eternal Fire just extending the pain. Just one more round required, but a couple of nice shots hit on the way out. Here's the Woxic shot, just popping his head up from Tetris. Wonderful didn't have a chance. A second for good measure. NaVi, looks like they are going to be taking an eco. IEM bored in with an MP9. Could be a little bit late if he wanted to jump out window and head underpass. Gets himself mounted up on the concrete boxes. Well, they're cinder blocks, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. The official terminology.
Concrete blocks? Block? Cinder block? Hey, MP9.
Yeah, I am a little bit worried for some reason.
There's nothing around it. But he has the threat, he has the luxury. And he's used it to great success. A destabilizing blow. Taking down Maja. Zentara's catching Bit hidden up.
They got a double swing window.
Oh, wow. Robotic from Zentares. He welcomes the duel, controls the spray. It's Zentares, it's his playground right now, an ace. And he's so nonchalant about it, he knows it's all for naught if they don't find another 6 rounds in a row.
They're looking very determined there, isn't he? That's some tidy shots, that's a highlight reel moment. Even though it was just an extremely light investment, still hit some absolute bangers and making mash of NaVi. But you're right, 6 more, Alex. It just feels like such a tough task. NaVi are going to call on Blade to stabilize. They took the eco for a reason. The guns are kind of come out, and before things start getting out of control and maybe some of that tilt creeps in to soak the confidence of NaVi. If he can just assist them to get across the line, take things to map number 3. See if they can survive this best of 3 series against an impressive looking Eternal Fire. We do also have Falcons currently taking on Complexity. That one's being brought to you by Launders and Scrawny. And the winner of that will take on the winner of this for the final spot in Group A.
Yeah, just 2 spots in the Spodek left.
Yeah, we really nipped them up quite quickly, don't we? FaZe and Spirit from Group A, Ents and Mouse from Group B. The Group B lower bracket could be juicy. We could get a heroic G2 rematch. We could get multi-Gamer Legion locking horns.
Yeah, there's a lot to look forward to, but just 2 more seats at the table and a whole lot of teams vying for it. As you've already mentioned, the big ones, we've got Eternal Fire, NaVi here as one of them.
Dodged. Wow, didn't even land. Made hit the lip. Couldn't quite track onto Alexi again. Slower default call from Eternal Fire. This time, not so many bodies in through the underpass. You've got Woxic top mids and Tara's at the mid boxes. Madja through the aforementioned lower side of things. Calyx A ramp and Wakadia in towards Palace. So this feels like it will be rerouting into an A split. Window smoke. Madja a deep one into Con. Molly as well to help clear that out. So Tara stretches his legs and starts to work his way up short. Looking like they want to disperse this, and the AWP, a leg shot into Zentaris. Nice little 1-2 combo.
Yeah, that's really cool. Going to limit Zentaris' options. Calyx spamming out that smoke bit. Hiding in plain sight. He's been flashed off. He's a dead man. Team play both ways. Spots out another one. Takes the duel. Welcomes it, does Wakadia. Gets a 3-on-3. Taking down Imma as well.
Oh.
Wow, JL was not expecting Zentaris to be so far forward.
Look how disconnected Alexi is.
Zentaris thinks twice about that push. Alexi B maneuvering. Zentaris was audible jungle. Alexi's got to have to make a move, but he doesn't have the weapon for this. Cardi's even going all the way around, so he hears that.
I think the fact that the AWP was heard market makes it feel like it's a save.
And he's not expecting this at all. He's been caught off guard. Takes the rifle upgrade. Zentaris was low HP. He can't brave that. Molly, and he knows that Wakadia was coming behind him. Alexi B can do this. Wakadia surely starts to push eventually, just starting to imagine the bomb being applied pressure to. Here's this, expecting the flank. Alexi's overthinking it now. He looks away, and Wakadia does profit from that all the way. Maneuver, Wakadia finds 7 for Eternal Fire.
Almost got out of control. I said disconnected, maybe plugged in was Alexi. What a move that was, coming around the A ramp. And yeah, I think because the scope was heard, it made them feel like it was going to be a save situation. Not the case. But it's just now a 5-round game if Eternal Fire want to take this to overtime. So round after round, the pressure as their backs are against the wall. But again, they've alleviated a lot of pressure. 2 tidy shots there from Wakadia. It will be a NaVi eco. JL getting caught, right? Just looking away. Zentaris is lurking up Con silently. Eternal Fire, by keeping things quite silent and slow, that information doesn't appear that it's flowing for NaVi. Wakadia again. Finds out the aggressive push of Imma, who's been having quite a good Mirage after 17 kills, matching Zentaris on the other side.
And with that knowledge of a bit of an early Palace push, you can see that the mid boys are just going for a bit of a press. Re-smoke window. Andrew in the underpass, Molly's out top con. Yeah, this is diligent stuff. It does look like JL's found a nice safe haven. This could be overlooked by Zentaris by virtue of that Molotov.
Oh.
It's not misspread. He didn't expect to see Zentaris and ladder. He didn't even clear it. Woxic will catch him. Now they have lost the AWP, and it's been recovered by Alexi. Wonderful, maybe able to get that in his hands if they throw it.
Why do these keep feeling so dicey?
Yeah, it's sketchy all day, every day. Zentaris at least onto bits, so I mean that bomb can go down in A now. Everything's fine. Albeit losing Woxic's not ideal. Still that ladder presence made clear. Alexi tested by the Wakadia jiggle. Reaction speed test that doesn't pass. A couple of shots missing there from Alexi, and he's going to be sprayed on down. Oh God, what is going on? How many bullets was that?
Oh, too many.
A full mag.
And then there was the, followed by the Zentaris tilt. But you just chased him out the window after whiffing. What do you think's going to happen?
Yeah. XCV's kept a cool head on his shoulders. Do you think he keeps the AWP?
Oh, it looks like it now. Wakadia is over towards the B side, but he's been spotted too. Dinked up by the USP of Wonderful, but that's likely bought enough time. The nade not far off the mark. The hunt is on. Alexi gets to hold the AWP. That is going to feel good. They have so much cash to splash, but even still, a luxury afforded to Wonderful, the in-game leader, bringing him across a big green.
Well recovered. I mean, Alexi did not get flustered. And in contrast, Zentares did. But, you know, we talked about this comeback. We said it would be a ridiculous haul.
Still ain't happening, is it?
No, but we are 4 rounds into that 8-round comeback.
We'll revisit it in 2 more.
All right.
Different look, more direct, not the default spread. Same smokes to make it look like they're taking this mid control, but Imma, it's way too quiet. Alexi doesn't really have a lot of help right now because Joe is in the vent room, needs to start pivoting back and fast. They're coming in.
Cardia in his timings, he feels like now is the time. Leaps through, he knows where they are. He's got them both right where he wants them. Playing in the safe spot, gets away from JL. Finally the frag comes through, he's run out of bullets. Could be caught by the spread and extinguishing a retreat, playing the numbers game here.
Tars to work the space again. He's out mid on the lurk. We'll need to find a pick and soon. Joe towards short could be his first target.
Yeah, JL's holding for it, just looked away. They're going to clear from Kondo. He's just turned his back as Bit rounds the corner. Potency nullified now.
Here's lucky number 13.
Anubis is locked on in here for NaVi. Defense of the B site. Madja, however, wants to change the dialogue. A 2 versus 4 for the map.
Even if the bomb goes towards A, Bit's up in Palace. Selling this fake, Bit's not going to move. They're going to allow the bomb to be the next key piece before NaVi do anything. You've got 25 seconds. Woxic essentially has a free sight, but if he walks in, starts punching in the digits, he's going to go down. Flanking B? Guys, the rounds, this game is over.
Seconds.
Let's go to the 3rd map, shall we?
It certainly seems that way. I mean, a triple plant, maybe.
He's dead, no matter what.
Oh, no, he's planning open.
No matter what.
It's all over, ladies and gentlemen. A 3rd map is required. Eternal Fire. They fall on NaVi's pick. We will go the distance. Anubis required. As this lower bracket run, one of these teams is going home at the end of our 3rd. Still up for debate. We're going to break it down.